February 4th, 2010. Fallbrook, California. A quiet suburban neighborhood. The McStay family had everything. A house, 2 dogs, 2 young boys. Joseph, Summer, Gianni, Joseph Jr. A normal family. Or so it seemed. Joseph McStay ran a small business. Custom water fountains. He worked from home. He liked it that way. Summer was warm. Neighbors described her as kind, always smiling, always present. Gianni was 4 years old. Joseph Jr., 3. 2 little boys. 2 little boys who would never come home. On the evening of February 4th, dinner was left on the table. Half-eaten. Unfinished. The dogs were in the backyard. Alone. Confused. Waiting. The car was in the garage. Untouched. Keys somewhere inside the house. No note. No phone call. No warning. They were simply gone. Days passed. A neighbor noticed the dogs. Still in the yard. Still waiting. Animal control was called. Then police. Then silence. Investigators entered the home. Everything was in place. Clothes in the closet. Toys on the floor. It looked like they had just stepped out for a moment, for groceries, for air. Police checked the phone records. Joseph's last call, February 4th, evening, to his business partner, Chase Merritt. They spoke for several minutes. Normal conversation. Business matters. Nothing unusual, or so Merritt said. Investigators checked the computer. Someone had searched, "How do you drive into Mexico? What documents do children need to cross the border?" This changed everything. Had the McStays left voluntarily? Had they planned this? Had they run away? The theory spread quickly. A family, tired of life, starting over, across the border. But something didn't feel right. The dogs were left behind. Summer loved those dogs. She would never leave them. The food was on the table, half-eaten. Nobody leaves like that. Not willingly. Not with 2 children under 5. Surveillance footage emerged. A camera at the San Ysidro border crossing. February 4th, late evening. A family, 4 figures, 2 adults, 2 small children, walking across the border into Mexico on foot. The footage was grainy, dark, hard to see. Authorities said it's them. It has to be them. Case effectively closed.
Friends and family refused to believe it. Summer's mother spoke to the press. She would never leave without telling me. Never. Joseph's brother, Michael, started his own investigation. He knew his brother. This wasn't him. This wasn't Joseph. Years passed. 1 year. 2 years. 3 years. The case grew cold. The media moved on. The world forgot. But the desert remembered. November 11th, 2013. San Bernardino County, Mojave Desert. A man was riding motorcycles with friends, off-road.
Remote area. Miles from anything. He noticed something. Disturbed earth. A shallow depression in the ground. He stopped. He looked closer, and then he ran. 4 shallow graves, side by side, in the sand, in the silence, in the middle of nowhere. The remains were recovered. DNA analysis was ordered. Weeks of waiting, then confirmation. Joseph McStay, 40 years old. Summer McStay, 43 years old. Gianni McStay, 4 years old. Joseph Jr. McStay, 3 years old. All 4, together, in the ground. 3 years.
The world remembered. Forensic analysis revealed something devastating. Each of them had been struck, multiple times, with a blunt object, a sledgehammer. They had been murdered, all 4 of them, in the same night. The border crossing footage, reanalyzed. The figures were similar, but the identification was never certain. It may not have been them at all. Investigators returned to the beginning, to the phone records, to the last call. Chase Merritt, Joseph's business partner, his friend, the last person to speak with him. Investigators looked closer. Cell tower data placed Merritt near the McStay home, the night of February 4th. Then near the Mojave Desert, days later.
A pattern emerged. Financial records were examined. Merritt had written checks in Joseph's name after the family disappeared.
August 2014. Chase Merritt was arrested. 4 counts of first-degree murder. He denied everything. He claimed innocence. He said Joseph was like a brother to him. The trial was long. The evidence was circumstantial in places. Cell data, financial records, behavior. But the jury saw enough. June 2019. Chase Merritt was found guilty. 4 counts of first-degree murder. He was sentenced to death. He sits on death row today, still claiming innocence. But there are questions that remain. The sledgehammer was never found. The exact location of the murder was never confirmed. Was it in the house? In the garage? Somewhere on that long desert road? The computer searches. Who made them? Joseph? Summer? Or someone else, already inside the house? The border footage. Those 4 figures walking into Mexico. If it wasn't the McStays, who was it?
And why did someone want to make it look like they left? Why go to that effort? Why not just disappear the bodies and move on? Unless the goal was time. Buying time. Weeks, months, years. It worked. For 3 years, it worked. The Mojave Desert holds many secrets. It is vast. It is silent. It does not give things back easily. How many others are out there? In the sand, in the silence, waiting to be found. The McStay family deserved better. Joseph deserved better. Summer deserved better.
Gianni and Joseph Jr., they were just children, 4 and 3 years old. They had their whole lives ahead of them. And someone took that in one night with a sledgehammer in the dark. Chase Merritt will likely die in prison.
but he has never explained why. The motive presented at trial, money, feels incomplete. People have killed for money before, but 4 people? 2 of them children? Something darker may lie beneath. Something we may never fully understand. The house in Fallbrook was sold. New owners live there now. They may not know what happened.
Or maybe they do. The dogs were rehomed. They found families. They lived their lives. The desert road where the bodies were found, people drive past it every day, without knowing, without stopping, without looking down. February 4th, 2010. A family sat down to dinner, and then they were gone. Not to Mexico, not to a new life, to 4 shallow graves in the sand, in the silence, the Mojave Desert. Case closed, but never forgotten. Sleep well tonight, if you can.